passes. Chief Executive's report. I will try to keep this brief. Normally don't respond, but maybe I'm not responding directly to Mr. Vandrock's comments, but it seems opportune to at least address it because it's relevant. A couple of weeks ago we had a training to, I guess, just kind of update folks on the different sectors of local government, executive, legislative, judiciary, put on by Dan Clark with the Local Government Center, and we had 6 of our 12 commissioners attend that training down at the EOC, at which time one of the things we were talking about, we were looking at the charter, some of the things that have been added to that over the years, as well as the relationship between the executive branch and the legislative branch of government. And one of the things that was brought up that was kind of unclear in our charter as it was added to both the executive and legislative branches, the council and chief executive sections of the charter, was this, for lack of a, I know it's not verbatim as it's stated in the charter, but this charting of the government's path, the strategic plan, and the fact that even though it has been part of our charter for some time now, it's never been undertaken by either branch of the government in which that's articulated on how to do that. And so I took a kind of a poll among the 6 commissioners that were there tonight on whether or not that was something we felt would be valuable in moving ahead. And I think it's certainly a participatory role and cooperative venture between the executive and legislative branches that, in order for it to be successful, must include participation of the citizens. And that's to kind of chart this vision for our community over the next 5, 10, 20 years, whatever we decide. And I asked if the 6 commissioners there thought it would be a good idea for me to include that in part of the budget for 2015-16 that we're in the process of developing. We got a unanimous 6 yay from the 6 that were there. Adding in my 7th yay is enough to move us forward. And so I guess in the next fiscal year we can move forward working together on charting that strategic vision for our government on behalf of to include our citizens in the next future. So thought that was worth mentioning. Last Thursday, I delivered a State of the Community, State of the City, County address to about, I don't know, 50 citizens up at Montana Tech. I had 2 of our commissioners attend that. And I did, I guess I would just kind of give a quick recap. I'm more than happy to give that address with some additional information to any of the civic groups that are out there, or within individual council districts if you think it would be valuable. But just to kind of wrap up what the main theme of the State of the Community address was, is the fact that I thought there had been a very good set of progression on the executive branch's side, as well as working with the legislative branch to work more cooperatively together for the benefit of our community. And there's a lot of emphasis placed on the investments that are being made in the community and what we should expect to see as a return on those investments, both from the public side and the private side. Benchmark some major projects like the Northwestern Energy corporate office project at the corner of Park and Main, which I think really has been a impetus for a lot of additional investment on the private side. And then on the public side, we obviously are in a phase right now of undertaking more infrastructure improvement than at any other time in our local government's history. And so It's kind of talking about a return on investment, and more importantly, the return on community that we should expect to see from that. And so I have passed out hard copies of my speech, for the most part verbatim, to all of you. It's also posted on our local government website, so if you have an extra half an hour, if you want to sit at home and watch that on your computer, it's certainly available if you don't get enough of me once a week. So just would invite you to look at that as we continue to work cooperatively and collaboratively on behalf of our constituents that we all were elected to serve here. So, looking ahead, I guess here in the next few days, well, tomorrow, Superfund continues to be an important part of our community, and tomorrow night, our local technical assistance group, recognized by the Environmental Protection Agency, CTEC, Citizens Technical Environmental Committee, is hosting a public open house from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the library on Broadway Street to gather public input, comments, concerns, kudos, whatever, on the 5-year review process that we are currently in for the Butte Area Silver Bow Creek National Priority Site Superfund unit. And so again, that is tomorrow at the library from 6 to 8. Would be a good place to attend, and for nothing else, to kind of interact with some of our constituents and find out what they are thinking relative to our Superfund cleanup. Next Tuesday on the Superfund front at the EOC, that would be May 12th. At 6 p.m. we will be having our next Superfund Redevelopment and Advisory Authority meeting, and next week will be a very informative session as we have our planning director return from being a Senator John Sesso, as well as Danette Gleason, our Finance and Budget Director, going over the expenditures to date out of our Redevelopment Trust Fund and our Superfund monies over the last 10 years. And it's really kind of bringing us up to speed on what's been spent out of these accounts over the last 10 years. And as we begin, this group begins to chart the path forward on how we'll spend the remaining roughly $15 million that is in that account. So that's Tuesday, 6 o'clock down at the EOC. And then fast forwarding again to It's Beautify Butte Month, as Mr. Vanderab pointed out in his comments. The grand finale of our Beautify Butte Month is next Saturday, May 16th, which will take place at the landfill. And with the Butte Silver Bow side, we are going to have our second annual Butte Silver Bow Employees Cleanup Day, where our Butte Silver Bow employees will wear their work clothes to work and chip in cleaning up and beautifying all of the various properties that Butte Silver Bow owns around town. And that's going to kind of be at the discretion of individual department heads and their employees. It will take place over the course of the day on Friday, the 15th of May. I would invite any of our commissioners, if they want to take part, and find out what some of the areas are that we could use a little extra hand in cleaning up and beautifying, to just get in touch with either my office or Ed Randall's office, and we can certainly point me in the right direction. One area that I know we're going to really start taking on a real lot of work and focus with beautification, as we ask our citizens to do the same with their properties, is one of 3 major visible corners in our city that Butte Silver Bow owns. The corner of Granite and Montana Street, Butte Silver Bow, it's not the courthouse, but the Jacobs House. It's our mayor's first house, which is just across the street. We are going to be taking on some significant upgrades and improvements to the way that piece of property works that will include tearing up some sod and planting some flowers, and will be just kind of the first step in doing some general maintenance and upkeep on that historic structure. So, if you want to take part in helping out at that specific property, I know that'll be where I'm going to be getting dirty. So, again, the 15th of May, next Friday. So get in touch with my office or with Ed Randall's office. And to Commissioners Dolan, Commissioner Shaw, Commissioner Ralph, Attorney Joyce, Colleen Kay, and the other mothers in the audience, happy Mother's Day in advance for this Sunday. So do something nice for them all. That concludes my Chief Executive report.